I'm Barlow. Good start. Hello there, I'm Barlow. I'm here to talk about my Khalil Maamoon Copper Heart Black Silver 3-Hose Chiller Hookah. I'm here to talk about all the things that I either do or don't like about this particular hookah. Now, the astute observer will note that mine is sitting in a pot full of water. Why is that, you may ask? Well, let me tell you, my astutely observant, vocally opinionated friend. It's because I have a giant crack in the base of mine that I got after the very first time that I smoked out of it. I put a bunch of cold water in there, and after I was done, I rinsed it out with some warm water, and the difference in temperature was just a little bit too much for this bad boy to handle, so it cracked and now leaks everywhere. Alright, it stands 36 inches tall from the very bottom of the base to the top of the bowl. Now the length of this piece is 31.5 inches. So before I bought this, I read tons of reviews, and the general consensus is that Khalil Maamoons are the best hookahs to get. Personally, I'm a little disappointed with this thing. The one thing that I really like about this hookah is the ice chamber. If you put some ice in this, and you also put ice in the base, it produces such cool smoke that I can't even think of a good word to say right now as to how good the smoke is. Probably should have thought of a better simile before I hit the record button. So at the top of the chiller, you have the tray, which, if you'll notice, sits very flush against here. However, I decided I want to upgrade, be fancy, and so I got the extra large Egyptian tray that is made just for KM chillers. Now, when I put this thing on, you'll see it does not sit flush at all. There's this giant freaking hole right here, and it's like half an inch from touching the stem, which is really dumb. I emailed them about it, and they told me that this is how they normally are, and if I got a replacement one, it would sit exactly the same, and that is really weird. Also, it does rattle around on top here, so it's kind of a rattly piece of crap that isn't flush. I hate that. That sucks. See this? No rattle. No rattle, alright? When I buy a hookah, I don't want a baby's toy that makes fun noises. I want something that smokes well and is stable. Perhaps I'd like this tray a little bit more if I was a cat, because dangles and stuff. That would be fun for me. But if I was a cat, I probably wouldn't be buying hookahs, because that is not something cats do. So, I really wouldn't recommend getting the XL tray if you do get a chiller. So it comes with one hose, which is understandable because anyone who's buying a really nice hookah probably already has some other various hoses that they've bought aftermarket, like I do with my Maamoon hose. So that's not really a problem that it doesn't come with a crappy hose I'd throw away anyway. However, what does suck is that it only comes with one hose grommet piece. It does come with 2 of these stopper pieces though, which is awesome to plug up the extra ports. However, that's only if the ports are pluggable. This one doesn't plug so well. That is why it is covered in aluminum foil. This is a normal hose port, where you'll notice that the weld right here is very clean, alright, and it looks good. Whereas this port, you'll notice that that top little friend right here is a little more askew. When I first got it, it was actually very askew, and what I had to do is take this part, it was jutting down there, so I had to pinch it up with some pliers to try and get it to be a little bit more smooth. However, it's still not a perfect seal. The purge valve does work really well. It's actually kind of cool that it has all these little holes that shoot the smoke out in like 8 different directions. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 6 directions! As far as the craftsmanship goes, the big thing with these Khalil Maamoons is that they're handmade in Egypt, so welds aren't going to be exactly perfect and everything, such as with this retarded little hose port that I've got here. But the overall craftsmanship is pretty cool. Pardon me while I pick my nose on camera. And it's got these fun little letters stamped into the ice tray. A weird thing that I noticed about these is that the inside of the hose ports were really dirty when I got it. I don't know if that's something that's normal or if it should not be like that, but if I stuck my finger into that, you get this nasty, nasty black crap that my camera, I don't think is focusing on. Yeah, my autofocus sucks, but you should be able to see all that crappy black smoke, and that's in every one of the ports. So this rubber grommet came with it, of course, and it looks like it's already wrapped in electrical tape. I didn't have to do that myself. I don't know if they always ship them out like that or if I just so happened to get a used one that they said it was new. I've noticed that this does tend to sit a little crooked sometimes, and so it's just not perfectly straight. It's actually kind of hard to make it align totally awesome. The thing that everyone raves about with KMs is that they have a super easy draw and a really thick downstem. So I figured it's only natural to compare a hookah of this caliber with a $50 generic hookah from China. Let's look at the downstem. As you will notice, this one is quite a bit thicker than this one. The pull, obviously, on my little tiny guy isn't awesome, but I've had some really good smoking sessions that have rivaled this. I don't know what that says about either one of them, but I feel that if you're gonna have a really good smoking session, it's not in the hookah that you have, it's how you prepare it. The great thing that I will say about this 24-inch off-brand generic hookah is at least it came with 3 freaking hose grommets when it has a 3-hose stem. Why can't KM decide to put some with theirs? Do they cost too much? Are they running out of rubber in Egypt? I don't think so.